It's Bex here from channel bexbugoutsurvivor, and this is probably the last of the summer camp. Summer's finished here in the UK, but this one's going to be a little different. It's an urban overnighter, and I'll be taking my new tent. Well, I say new, I've had about a year and a half. I've used it about a dozen times and I really like it. So it's about time you came with me, and this time we're not off into the hills, we're in the town. Well, it's Thursday 28th of August 2014. It's about 8:10. That's 2,000 hours and 10. And I'm nowhere near, so it's a bit of a dusk till dawn camp. And I know what you're thinking. If you're in an urban area, there's not going to be anywhere for you to hide out and put camp up, but there is. If I can see green, anything that's green, I can put a tent there. Or a bivvy, and I can stealth it up as well. Now, if I can't get a tent or a bivvy behind there, there's something wrong. But this isn't the place. I'm going to carry on walking. I'm at an industrial site, about half a click maybe from the nearest habitation, and about a click away from the local shops. And all this land here was originally the old marsh plains. It's been built on, but there is some beautiful places still here. I mean, most of it now has been built on, but not all of it. There'll always be a patch of grass somewhere for you. I think I'll go this way, even if it's just you know, a roundabout. Perhaps I've slept on many of them, or even a motorway embankment. So long as it's grassed and you're safe, there's nothing to worry about. I'm going to show you what I mean by the old marsh fields and all the pond life. This is the lake I have in front of me. Well, it's a pond, and it's just a bit of scrub land on an industrial estate that's, let's say, less than probably a mile or so outside of a little market farm. And here's the pack. And this is probably me in for the night now. I really want to wake up with the dawn and be on my way. And before I do that, I want to show you the dawn coming up, the sun coming up in the morning, and because it shines a beautiful light on this little pond, and it's going to be lovely. I'm going to get this tent up, and hopefully we won't get bothered tonight. There's a building site behind you, an industrial park to your left, and so long as the security doesn't take a walk round, I'll be alright. If they do, I'm going to move on from an urban environment up into the hills where the castle is, and it's not my first choice to want to be there, but I know somewhere where we filmed last year, and it's adequate, but wouldn't be my first choice. Right, let's get the tent up. Wow, it's gorgeous. Sun going down like that, but it's okay. I'll see it again in the morning if I'm lucky. The tent is up, you're not going to see much of it. I'll try and give you a shot of what I can. There it is. Now you may think you know what this tent is, because there's a lot of tents on the market that look like this, and when I saw the prices of them I nearly fell through the roof. So this is a budget version of one of them Apex tents. As you can see, exoskeleton frame sitting on the outside. That is what I love. No threading the pole through a sleeve. An exoskeleton frame goes up first, clip your pegging points to it. That went up in about 5 to 6 minutes. I have had that up in 3 minutes and been in it. As you can see, there's an awning there, and it's big enough to fit 120 litre Bergen. But first I need to get some insulation in. I always put one bit of the insulation under the tent, and the other bit comes in the sleeping bag of me. I've got a dirty one and a clean one. Put the clean one in. A dirtier one I pop under the tent itself. Okay, I'm in the my new bivvy tent, or it's actually a full-size one-man tent. I've got here a candle lamp for later, and it's gone darker quicker than I thought. I've just made this in time, you know. Pitched it up, got here. There's a little bit of light left. It won't be long. It'll be pitch black. I have a brew kit waiting. I haven't had anything to swig on yet. I'm going to make a brew in a minute. And the Bergen fits in the vestibule. That's a 120 litre Bergen. I mean, that's some pack. Not a lot of one-man tents can boast that. Especially in the budget range. So what I've decided to do is, on a separate episode, I'll show you the ins and outs of it and the how to make of it. Right now, it's an urban camp out. Okay, here's the arrangement. I didn't bring a pot holder. I've crisscrossed 2 tent pegs under my Trangia stove, and it's going to sit on an angle, something like that. Now everything regarding the cooking and everything is actually being done under the awning, and it's going to be hard for you to see. My Bergen is on one side of the awning and the cooking arrangement on the other. I'm going to get some water into there, light the Trangia stove, and I've brought tea with me this time, traditional cup of tea. Okay, the UCO candle is having problems getting the light. There's that homemade candle burner I made, and that is throwing off one hell of a bit of heat. Remember, we're still underneath the awning here, or the vestibule. I'm just waiting for that to bloom. I need to put the water on. That's worked nicely. Wait for that to bloom. That's throwing out a hell of a lot of heat. Now inside the tent, it wouldn't matter if I closed the door or not at the moment, because all that heat is coming in to the tent here, and I just wish I could get my UCO candle working. Something's up with the wick in there. I'm going to try and carry on lighting it like this, but I don't know if it will. So there's my next project tonight, get that working. Because this UTO candle here in my left hand is the illumination for the inside of the tent. I mean, this is great as it is to throw out a bit of heat under the awning. And actually, I'm going to have to ventilate this tent now, so I can reach up into here, reach into the outside. There you are. Whew. This is getting a hot bit of kit. Waiting for that to boil. Tea bag on the ready. That's a view from the outside. Any background noise you can hear will be off the road. Right, just a little bit of sugar. I don't usually have tea, but there's some left. I have no idea how long that candle is going to burn for. Little homemade tent heater come stove come illumination. This is exactly how I don't like to have camp, with everything strewn everywhere. In an emergency, there's no way I'm going to get away in a hurry. So the plan is I would throw everything straight into the tent, and I wouldn't bother rolling the tent. I would just carry it away over my shoulder along with my Bergen. Let's have a go with this. Oh yeah, I've got to try and just get this candle going. And I've got a knife, might be able to dig the wick out and relight it. We have success. Yeah. Just going to close down the vent a little, or keep the inner open, try the outside. That is making one hell of a tent heater. I haven't yet closed up the inner, which comes here where my hand is. That's the inner fly. As you can see, that's the grass there. And I'm just going to burn that out. It is so warm in here now. I'm flickering by the candlelight here. I haven't finished my first brew and it's gone dark. Don't know if you can make them ducks out there. It's quackers, absolutely quackers. It's bad, isn't it? I don't know what time it is. I doubt it's very late. I'm just on my brew. Now I have an audio book to listen to tonight. That's going on. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You can't go wrong with that. I've lost all the light. It's August now, late August, and here in the UK it goes dark around 8:30 at night. So it's going to feel like a long night for me this, so I bought plenty of entertainment, and I'm going to have plenty of brews as well. Okay, excuse me. It's not even 10 o'clock at night yet. I've only been in camp a couple of hours so far. It is beautifully quiet here. I keep thinking I hear people, and I probably am, because this is an urban camp. I'm used to hearing no one. I'm used to going off up into the hills and being on my own. A semi-urban camp, it's very different for me. I can usually find better places than this. That first location behind the sign would have been great. Anyway, I'm going to pass you over to something I filmed earlier this afternoon, and it's how I managed to lighten the pack, because I'm not getting any younger. I've had problems with my back, and just for an overnighter like I'm doing now, I've lost a lot of the weight in the kit, and I've packed it differently as well. So let's have a look at the new camp kit. Okay, so another thing that's been changed is the cooking set. I'll show you that. I've gone with the lightweight. This is a side rocket pouch here from the British Army Infantry Bergen, and I really wanted to take this out and field test this. I had this given to me, a lovely little billy. I can put my food supplies in there and even get a little fire going, or a couple of little stoves underneath that. But I have the canteen cup here, which is kind of similar but on a smaller scale, so I can save a bit of weight by removing that. I have a spatula and a template folding windshield. These are staying, but I will remove my Coleman's unleaded cooker. It's designed to run on unleaded fuel. There is a bit of weight to that, and I love this, by the way, but it's only for one night, so that's going as well. Cigarette lighter, a must, keeping that, and I'll show you what these are for in a minute. So the actual cooker itself has now been swapped, just for tonight, for a couple of Tronja stoves. Now these are made by SBIT, so they're an alternative company to the originals, but they work just the same. Quite a bit of space saving, quite a bit of weight saving as well. I will have to bring with me a fuel as well, so I'm using surgical spirits, and that wasn't cheap. This is not the cheapest way of going about making a cup of tea or cooking some basic foods. Something really strange is happening. I'm going to have to keep this lamp really low. I can't have it on for long. A car or a van about, it must have been, I don't know, a couple of 100 metres away, just stopped and put his lights right at me. And I'm sure, you know, he knew I was here, but no one's come over. I thought it might have been a guard, a patrol security guard or something, or even the police come to move me on. But the lights are gone. Nipped out, had a look around, and the weirdest thing has just gone over my head. It was quite low to the ground, it was flying. I think it might have been one of them Chinese lanterns. I wish I had more time to look at it. All the stars are out. I'm going to be busy stargazing tonight. Anyway, this lamp's going off, and I'm going to have another look around. It's 0100 hours, and I've only just woken up because I needed the loo. After them car headlamps went off, I stayed up for a bit and had a good look round, and then I got stargazing. And I think, you know, when I had that candle lamp on, somebody must have phoned the security, I'm sure of it. I want to apologise right now that this is one of my dawn to dusk runs and everything is in the dark, but sometimes in real life that is how it goes. I've just been listening to a few chapters of an audio book. There's a different way of how I've actually packed the bag down as well, or how I've packed it up rather, and I'm going to bring it down in the same way. Again, we'll go back to HQ where I filmed something a little earlier. This is quite different. I have two of these CCF pads, closed cell phone pads, my sleeping bag, and on the inside of the sleeping bag is the actual shelter kit itself. So if I reach inside the sleeping bag, there's the shelter kit. So let's have a look how that was packed together. I have two closed cell phone pads, the shelter kit, and that, believe it or not, is a British Army. I think that's pattern 90, and infantry Bergen, which is currently empty. So let's see how it's packed up. First of all, what I did is just to roll up the pads nice and loose and pack them into the Bergen. Here's the important bit: you need to unfurl the pads so they sit to the edge of the Bergen, leaving a hollow space in the middle. Now it's this space here that I'm going to put the sleeping bag. So foot end in first and feed it to the bottom of the Bergen, and of course I'm going to also need a space in the middle where I will place my shelter kit into that space. Here's my new tent, and pop it inside the sleeping bag, fold everything flat down, and this also leaves plenty of room at the top to add additional sundries such as your clothes, wash kit, anything you like. But the idea is to keep it light. So this discourages me from putting anything too heavy in the pack, weighing me down, so everything in the pack is pretty light. Okay, the inside of the tent is bone dry. It is windy and it is cold. Talk more soon. Hey, had to activate the old candle heater here. It's gone really chilly. It's out in the vestibule with the template folding windshield around it. It's amazing how much heat that'll throw back that you've already lost. So it's just got really cold and windy. It's been getting worse the last hour or so than it has been all night. I slept alright though, but I woke up cold. But this is sorting that out. When I did a recon of this yesterday, it looked great. The sun had just set, casting lovely colours onto the water, and I thought I would love to wake up and see how beautiful this is. But oh no, it's got to rain. Okay, that's it, all done and dusted. A guy came round before, he's walking his dog, he's seen the tent, he's bound to tell someone. I'd have liked to have stayed a little longer, but it's not worth it. I'm going to carry on. I need to get home, dry out the tent, and dry out anything else, including myself. Actually, the tent worked fine, by the way. The wind got underneath it a bit, it made a chill in the night, but I was bone dry, absolutely bone dry. So the Bergen's all packed up now, and we're all waiting for the off. So here we go. Let's roll out. Okay, thanks for joining me on that one. And as you can see, it's so easy to put up, even in the dark when we got here. Put it away just as easy. It's waterproof. It could do with being a little more windproof, but you know, it's a budget tent and it's a copy, or I wouldn't even say a facsimile. It's based on the same design as a lot of other tents on the market at 4 times its price. But I thought it worked well. This has got to be about the 13th or 14th time I've taken this out. It's the first time you've come with me to see it. It's a shame it wasn't better weather. All summer we could have done this, instead we went hammocking. Never mind. Okay, there's some great ideas coming up now for winter camping. It's not the end of it for me, but I won't be taking a tent, or not one like that anyway. I'm going to do it Canadian style, or like they do in the Americas, where it gets really, really cold. So I'm going to order in the bits that I need for that. We'll see how it goes, and as I get them bits ordered in, I'll show you what they are, and you'll get a gist of how we're going to stay toasty warm even in the coldest British winter. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you there.